So here's the instrument panel. You want to get yourself a meter because we're going to be checking for continuity. So instead of putting this on ohms, I usually put it on the diode, so when you touch them together it'll beep. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn this over and just start checking continuity. These are all the bulbs. Here's your connector. I'm going to try and do this with one hand, but you're basically following these leads from, that might be a little better. So you're going to check each bulb. That one's good. That one's good. I was worried about these traces. I don't know if that's heat or water damage, but I actually followed them all the way from the plug to the connector, and they all seem like they're okay. So I got continuity in all them, checked all the bulbs. I actually have this one, nothing. So this bulb's bad. They just twist out, and there's the bad bulb. So you just pull these bulbs out and then get a new bulb and then put it back in. I actually had one over here I thought was bad. I took it out and I actually checked the bulb. The bulb was good. It was the socket was making a bad connection. So I might have to go through and take these off and clean up all the little copper contacts, twist them, make sure they get a good contact, make sure they're not loose and they're all working. But the other thing I noticed was when I thought I was missing bulbs, it turned out they were spares. You don't need this one or this one. Even this one looks like it's missing, but it's actually blacked off inside. And the bulb, all these bulbs were good except for this one, and that was actually the check engine light. One of the ways you could tell, get yourself a flashlight and put a flashlight behind it. Now that's a spare because it doesn't have a choke. The other ones are blacked out. I'm not getting anything through there, but the bulb that was out, there's the service engine light. So that's why that wasn't coming out on. I actually had a bulb out, but you can see with the flashlight which ones are where. So I was going to replace these with LEDs, but since I only have one, I have a spare bulb, so I'll just replace the bulb and be done with this. So we can clean this up, put it back together, and put it back in the car and call this done. So here we have the back of the cluster, the instrument cluster. There's 2, 4, 5 screws, and then this comes off. And then these come out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you want to unplug this guy, so and don't forget there's one here and one there, and I am using a 7/32 socket. So far all the screws are the same size, so when you put it back together you don't have to worry about where they go. They are all the same. Now at this point all the screws are out, but this connector plugs into a board underneath. So we have to kind of pry this up gently. Try and pry this up, and that should pop up. We get it. Once we get that to pop up, we can gently remove this board, and it doesn't look like anything's burned up on it. Everything looks okay. Gently put this over there. And here we have the bulbs, just like on the other one. These twist and pull out. So we'll go through and check all these and see how many I got burned out. So I removed this one, and you can see it's kind of burned up. Like, these get hot. So this bulb's no good. I I was going to replace these with LEDs, but the LEDs I had don't fit these sockets. So I'm going to have to get some others on order. So we'll have to put this on hold for now. Quick note, when you're checking continuity, make sure you pull the bulbs out and check them. Because if you're trying to read them across here, you could be getting a good reading because you're reading through the board and still have a bad bulb. So make sure you pull it out and then check it. Okay. All right, well, this isn't quite working. It's brighter, but now I can just see that it's not working. I don't have a lot of the information up here. Maybe it's got to be running. I only have the key on, so let's try starting it. So, this stuff's working, but nothing here is working. This is not working. I got nothing here. I gotta take this all back apart. So this is what I ordered. I bought off eBay. Thought I got a good deal on it. So this is what I thought I was getting. It shows all the parts that come with it. I thought that's what it was. And then it was that was the price, but then you had to pay shipping on it. So it says it would fit in 1986, which is what I have. So anyway, that's what I thought it was. But apparently I did not read this. It says the housing bezel is not included. So much for that.